As you're building wealth, you're actually building your net worth. How do you build your net worth? I've got 4 direct ways, that and more coming up. My name's Mike Bernard, I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. The formula for building wealth, yes, there's a geeky formula for that, but it is cash times risk times time. So how much cash can you inject? How much risk are you comfortable taking with that cash? You need to be able to take some risk. If you don't take any, you're not going to get any return, and therefore it's going to be hard for you to build up wealth. But then time, how much time can you have that cash set aside or have those dollars set aside earning that return? That actually helps you. That's the formula for building wealth. Well, how do you monitor, how do you measure how much wealth you're building? Well, that's your net worth. Your net worth. And so what is that? That is adding up all of your assets, everything that you own and the value of it, subtracting out all of the liabilities, everything that you owe, and that gets you to your net worth. So all of your assets minus liabilities gets you to your net worth. A business, if you're running a business, this would be reported on your balance sheet. As a individual, this is just your net worth report, your net worth statement. So how important is this? Well, it's important because it's sort of a measuring stick. Where are you today? It's a snapshot in time. Where are you today? And do you use that for bragging rights or to feel proud or boastful? No. It is where am I today? And you use it so that you can measure, well, am I today further along than where I was in the past? So 6 months ago, a year ago, 6 years ago, whatever it is. And then where am I today relative to where do I want to be? How frequently should you tune into your net worth report and update or see where you are? Well, as a discipline, I would tell you, you've got to update it at least once a year, okay? But thanks to technology, for our clients that we serve, their financial life is up to date every single moment because their net worth report is connected to all of their financial institutions, and therefore it's always updated every single day. Why is that important? So that your financial life is decisionable. Does it mean you should look at your net worth every single day? No. From a day-to-day basis, week to week, month to month, it's not going to change that much. And that's why I would say stick with the discipline of tuning into it at least once a year, but you do want to have your financial life decisionable at all times. And here's why I would say at least tune into it once a year. Well, there's probably going to be a little bit of cleanup work to do. But then second, once a year, you can start to see trends, okay? You can start to see, well, how much progress have we made in the past year or from 2 years ago or 3 years ago? And for the goals that we're trying to achieve, having this much in assets or maybe this much in certain categories of assets or paying down debt, how are we doing at that? All right, so there's some background and some explanation of your net worth. Now specifically, how do you build your net worth? How do you build it? Well, there's 4 primary ways that you build your net worth and can grow your net worth. And these sort of go in a certain order in your financial life. So number 1 is to build up an emergency fund. So the number 1 way, or the way you start building up your net worth, growing your net worth, is build up an emergency fund. So this is where you have earned income, and instead of spending it, you have set it aside in a savings account, and it's sort of your rainy day fund or your cash reserve. You guys know that we recommend a 3 bank account system as your operating system for your financial life, and that is, you've got your checking account where you manage all of your monthly income and monthly expenses. You have clarity that there's enough margin and everything there, but that's where you manage your monthly kind of regular expenses. Your second bank account is typically a savings account. This is your delayed spending, where you have set aside and you're saving up for all of your known non-monthly expenses. So a vacation or a car repair or Christmas expenses, those sorts of things. Expenses that are upcoming, but they don't happen every month, so they don't fit in your budget. How do you save up in advance for those so that when they come up, they don't derail your monthly, that month, or your checking account? So that's your delayed spending. But then your third bank account is your emergency fund or financial confidence account. That's a money market because typically you're building up assets there, you're building up dollars there, but hopefully you don't have to touch them. They need to be FDIC insured and liquid. They need to be safe and accessible. However, you want to have them earning a decent interest rate because hopefully you're not needing to touch those dollars. So building up that emergency fund, that financial confidence account, typically is 3 to 6 months of whatever that monthly expense number is, monthly budget number is in your bank account number one. And so this is an area that you could have 10, 15, 20, 25 grand in there, maybe even more depending on your situation. And yes, as you build up that emergency fund, that helps build your net worth. It builds an asset for you that helps grow your net worth. Second way that you can build up your net worth is to pay down consumer debt. So pay down credit cards, pay down student loans, pay down your a car loan, something like that. I mentioned earlier in quantifying or calculating your net worth, growing assets, building up assets, and then paying down liabilities. So same thing, using income that you earn, new dollars in your financial life to pay down a credit card bill or pay down some consumer debt. Here's, pop quiz. If you have $5,000 in your emergency fund and you take that $5,000 and pay down or pay off a credit card, did you grow your net worth? No. You just took an asset and you paid off a liability. So your assets went down, but your liabilities went down, your net worth stayed the exact same. So the second way of building up and growing your net worth is taking new cash, new income, and paying down consumer debt. Third way to build and grow your net worth is to save up for the long term. Build up long-term savings, retirement savings, something like that. So when you're thinking about the different types of assets that you have, and we categorize these for our clients when we build out their net worth report, you've got cash, right? Like your emergency fund. Now, this is a place where you can build up your net worth, but it's not going to work very hard for you. It might earn enough interest to keep up with inflation, but not much more than that. And so therefore, left alone, this isn't an area that's going to work really hard for you. So cash is a category of an asset, but it's not one that is going to help you build a lot of wealth. A house or property, that's one that also should keep pace with inflation, depending on where you live and the type of house that you buy or type of property you buy. It might outpace inflation, but it's going to have some expenses that go along with it. And so that also is normally not an area that's going to help you really accelerate building wealth. Personal property, vehicles, boats, those sorts of things, those tend to depreciate in value. So it's an asset that you own, but it's actually working against you when building wealth. So of the categories that can really work hard for you, long-term savings, so like retirement dollars, and then if you own a business, those can, both of those tend to grow and appreciate for you, outpacing inflation. So the primary, if you own a business, fantastic, or you have the skills to do so, fantastic. But for the rest of us, how do you own a business? You own investments. That's as you invest in the stock market, that's you owning businesses, right? You are a part owner in Amazon, a part owner in Apple, a part owner in Nvidia. So building up your long-term savings, that is a category of asset that tends to work the hardest for you. Are there time periods when it goes down? Yes. Meaning, when you're looking at your net worth report, are there times when you're doing all the right things, but your net worth has actually gone down over the previous year or 2 years? Yes, guys, that is normal. It's going to hurt your feelings. It's not going to be fun, but that is normal. As you build up more assets in this long-term savings or retirement savings category, those are the dollars that will work the hardest for you, but those are the dollars that have some risk as well. And then the final way to build your net worth and grow your net worth is to pay down long-term debt, right? Pay down long-term debt. So this would be a mortgage or some other long-term liability. For most of us, it is our mortgage. And as you make your monthly payment, a large portion is going towards interest, a little bit's going towards principal, but over time that starts to flip and more of each payment starts going towards your principal and you're paying down that long-term debt. Again, taking new money to pay down that long-term debt helps you build your net worth. So there you have it. Those are the 4 primary ways that you can build your net worth, using new income, using new cash flow, using new dollars that you've earned to build up an emergency fund, to pay down credit card debt, to build up long-term savings, and to pay down long-term debt. Here's the question. Are you on track? Have you built up your net worth as to to an appropriate level for where you are right now in your financial life? And do you have the disciplines of saying, yep, we're making progress, where we are today is further along than where we were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and it's on track for where we want to go as far as how much we have in cash, how we've paid down our consumer debt, how we're building up our long-term savings, and how we're paying down our long-term debt. Work with your certified financial planner on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.